Hey everyone, Pranay here from Black Flag Armory, and today I'm going to bring you the Sig Sauer P365, the lineage of them when they came out in 2018 to the current state here in 2022. So with this video, I hope to drop some knowledge here about the origination of the P365 and all the way up to the new recently released P365 X Macro, which we have here in the store. So let's start in 2018. Let's go back a little bit farther with a Sig Sauer P290. So it was one of the smallest Sig Sauer handguns that came out for the concealed market. Through technology and times, Sig Sauer was extremely innovative and came out with the P365. So let's start with that. Here we go, super small, compact frame as you can tell. It's a 10+1 magazine with a total capacity of 11 rounds. This model right here comes with a pinky extension, which was super nice for a small little grip for a good concealed pocket-sized pistol or a top of a bag. X-ray 3 day-night sights right there. It's got tritium inserts and pretty solid luminescent front for daytime acquisition of targets. Again, no red dot cuts on there. Just a pretty simple gun, but this was the origination and birth of the P365. Now moving on shortly after, users wanted a little bit more capacity, longer barrel length, and with the miniature red dots coming out now, they wanted red dot compatibility. So what had happened? The big brother, the P365 XL. So as you can tell here, comparing them side by side with the standard P365, a little bit longer barrel length, slide length, and a little bit longer grip. So what does that all entail here, excuse me. It's an X model. So how Sig Sauer designates the X models, just like with the 320s, the X5s, X6s, those older style 226s and 229s, the X indicates a X series flat trigger. So I personally like that. It's a 90-degree break. It's super enjoyable to shoot. I've owned one of these for years. And also coupled with that, you can tell that there's a Holosun 507K miniature red dot on there. So it's factory milled from the factory, which is super neat if you like red dots and shoot with red dots. So with those, the rear plate comes off. There are iron sights built into this red dot. It also accepts the Sig Sauer Romeo Zero Elite, which we'll visit here shortly, as well as any other major red dots out in the market today. With plates as well, you can use the Trichicon RMR CC. We have one of those here as well to show you. So with that, a little bit longer slide and also a longer grip. Now with the longer grip, that is actually a 12-round flesh foot magazine. So you could tell that it's growing and growing and growing with the sizes, but also still a super concealed package. So now moving on to more of a hybrid P365. What we have here is the P365X, and the first thing you can tell, the two-tone color. I'm a big fan of flat dark earth, and here this is a Wilson Combat grip module that you can purchase directly from Wilson Combat here at Black Flag Armory or even Sig Sauer Direct. What's pretty awesome about the P365, I kind of relate it to a F-150 or Ford Mustang. It's kind of like the options are out there for aftermarket accessories. They're non-stop. So whether you're getting the P320 or the P365, they both have interchangeable frames, slides, red dot compatibility, sights, triggers now as well. The P365X takes the short slide from the 365 and also the longer grip from the P365 XL. So what does that do? You can still get a short concealed footprint per se down your legs if you carry in the waistband or your 3 or 9 o'clock, however you carry, or in the small of your back, but you still get that full-size, larger capacity. So here I'm rocking 12 rounds. I can pretty much get my whole pinky surrounded by the grip with this Wilson Combat grip here. Still get the X series flat trigger, still get the X-ray 3 day-night sights, and also it's cut for a red dot from the factory. Again, for any of the larger manufacturers out there. And this one here is supported by a Holosun 507K with a 2 MOA dot on there. So it's pretty awesome. This is my daily carry right now until I switch it up here, and I'll show you that model here at the end of the video. So pretty good option here, tricked out, and also how I mentioned there's different magazine capacities. You could throw in your 15-round mag and slap it in there. I'm looking at 16 rounds of 9mm, the small compact package. So that's another option as well. So looking at this, what do we have here? So originally, this started as a Sig Sauer P365X. We have a smaller slide and barrel with a full-size grip. So that's pretty sweet. You can still get that capacity of the XL, but still a shorter slide like we mentioned in the two previous firearms. But also here, we have a Holosun 50K mounted on top. We have suppressor height sights, and those are the Viking Tactics from VTAC from Kyle Lamb in conjunction with Sig Sauer. His day-night sights, which have fiber optic the front and back, but also tritium for night shooting. You have a true precision threaded barrel on there, a Gray Guns compensator in the front, a Gray Guns trigger, and a Streamlight TLR7 sub for the Sig Sauer. So with this one, and we'll mention, we'll come to what we're talking about here with the new 365 X Macro, excuse me, the rail features. But the 7 sub also makes dedicated lights for specifically to the P365. There's also a Glock version out there for the Glock 48, Glock 43X, and there's also a Springfield Hellcat edition. So these are proprietary rails, but Streamlight has come out with a solution to that, along with a couple other manufacturers such as Surefire and Sig Sauer Direct to have a nice weapon light on there. So you can tell that these things can be modified for your liking, for your carry purpose, defensive, a small in the car carry pistol, or however you like your flavor for today. So here we have another model as well. Just giving you guys different options here of how the 365 can look. Looking at this, you could tell it is a 365 XL frame and an XL slide. So it's a 365 XL Specter model. What does a Specter include? So it's an X Specter, so that includes a flat trigger, the custom works on there, and the finish. The finish is actually unique just to one. Not every gun is unique when it comes to the Specter models because they're all rolled and they have these distressed markings on there. So they're pretty unique. They have the X designation up top, some lightning cuts on there for looks, but also the LXG grip. So that's a laser grip directly from Sig Sauer. Adds a super nice purchase for sweaty hands at the range, but still not as abrasive to damage your clothing or scar up your skin if you're carrying it in the waistband. So it's just a perfect amount of stippling on there. And that's coupled here with a 15 round magazine. So I'm running 15+1 in here. And again, they come in 2 colors, 2 flavors here, black or the Coyote Tan, and they fit right in. This also uses a modification of plate from another manufacturer, but also coupled with a Trijicon RMR CC. So another micro red dot. Unfortunately, they don't fit direct for this model, so you have to buy a plate and then mount that plate to your sight to get that good package. Now here's another option, the P365 family, the Specter models. And there's a couple ones I'm missing out here. There's the SAS version, which has the sights that are built in. There's also the NRA editions, which are all Coyote Tan. And there's a couple other manufacturers out there, and distributors, I should say, excuse me, that have special modifications on there. But a general overview, these are the most common P365 models that you'll see on the market. So we started with a P365 with a 10-round flush fit. We've moved to 12 extended and flush fit and 15-round flush fit magazines. So through technology and innovation, Sig Sauer pretty much blew it out of the market. In my opinion, the P365 X Macro takes it to a whole different level. So what that does, it actually adds a 17+1 grip. So 18 rounds of 9mm in compact package. So let's check it out here. So what this includes in the box, you're gonna come with 2 magazines, the firearm itself, and back straps. And here it is. Right here, I can get all fingers on here. A good solid grip. So let's go over this gun a little bit further from the bottom to the top and let's see what we got. So steel 17 round magazines, which is pretty sweet. Here you have a newer textured grip, and that comes with interchangeable back straps for your size preference, smaller hands, larger hands, just to make this firearm more suitable for you and your comfort. Moving up, we have the flat trigger, which is sweet. Being an X series guns, we have that feature there. Well, Sig Sauer now has introduced a standard 1913 Picatinny rail on the X Macro. So I could throw in a Surefire X300 and the other manufacturers out there in force as well that have standard 1913 Picatinny rails. Now this macro here is a little bit different than most. This is actually the Custom Works P365 X Macro. So you can tell the Custom Works designation on there, as well as a nice Coyote Tan flavor on that color. So it's internal right there. It actually uses a P365 length barrel, but a P365 XL length slide. So it's compensated. I just shot this yesterday. I put about 100 rounds through it, and boy, I tell you, it is awesome. It's got the X-Ray 3 day-night sights, suppressor height at this point, and we have the new Sig Sauer Romeo Zero Elite with the shroud on there, and it comes cut from the factory. So that's a direct slide mount, but you can also put your favorite optic, as I mentioned before, on top of there. And comparing it to a standard 365 XL, you can tell here same size slide, and the grip is just a hair larger. So I'm looking at maybe a ½ inch bigger. Now they also come out of the box here with a black slide, and here's that black slide just to show. You really can't go wrong with the P365. The colors are out there, the frame grips are out there, the barrel length slides. Sig Sauer has an excellent website now that you can go and actually almost build and price like you can a vehicle with your firearm. So I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Hopefully this will give you some brief insight of the new P365 X Macro. And we have that here in Black Flag Armory in Medford, Oregon. Feel free to let me know what you think of it. Again, this is Pranay from Black Flag, and I hope you have a great day.